So let's talk for a minute about understanding energy, okay? First of all, everything vibrates at a different frequency, and that's what makes it what it is, right? Okay? That difference in vibration is what makes things appear and feel different from one another. And your unique vibration is specific to you. There's nobody else in the whole universe that has your exact specific vibration, okay? Makes your body what it is, makes your spirit who you are, and that spirit, intelligence, who you are, that's unique, okay? Now, of course, we're surrounded with energy. We're like fish swimming in a sea of energy and information. Radio waves are all around us, X-rays, infrared, thought waves, emotions, it's all around us. And I like to say that we live in a Lego universe, okay? I went to Legoland, and it was amazing how many things were made out of Legos. Everything from dinosaurs to New York City, right? Amazing. But that's how our world is. Our world is made of these little building blocks or subatomic particles, these infinitesimally small units of vibrating energy, right? And depending on how you put them together, you get different things. Well, atoms are arranged to make molecules like proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and so on. And in your body, molecules make DNA, and DNA helps to make and create your whole body, and those cells make your body, and so on. So quantum physics, is really the study of subatomic particles, and it was started by Albert Einstein and his contemporaries. And they devised some really ingenious experiments to discover more about the nature of these tiny, tiny energies that we can't see. And what those studies revealed was that these subatomic particles behave differently depending on what the observer is expecting to see, right? So what that really means is that our intention and our faith and our belief influences the world, right? How many of you have seen that happen and manifest in your own life? Yeah. All right. Well, many physicists believe that the only explanation there is that the energies are themselves somehow intelligent, and I believe that absolutely. And in the Emotion Code book, I talk about Peter. How many of you remember that story? Peter and the other apostles are out in the boat, and it's this stormy night, in the middle of the night. I think it was the third watch of the night, so it's like the early morning hours. And all of a sudden, they see this person walking on the water, and they're terrified because they think it's a ghost, but it's actually Jesus. And then Peter's very impetuous. He says, "Well, if it's really you, command me to come out, and I want to walk out to you on the water." And Jesus says, "Well, come." So he gets out of the boat. Now remember, it's kind of stormy, and the boat's going up and down. And he starts walking on water. How did he do that? And then what happened, right? Remember the story? He kind of notices what's happening and how abnormal this really is, right? This is really not normal. I'm walking on water, and he starts to have what emotion? Fear. He starts to fear. And can you have fear and belief or faith at the same time? You can't. One replaces the other. They can't be there simultaneously. And so he starts to what? He starts to sink. And I love this, Christ is there, catches him, and he says, "Oh, ye of little faith, why did you doubt?" And I always thought, well, he just walked on water. He should get some credit, I think, right? But anyway, isn't that interesting? The water, I believe, is actually intelligent. Everything is intelligent. And everything responds to our belief, right? And our intention and our faith. And so that's what happened with him. He believed he could do it. The water instantly responded and supported him in that belief. Isn't that amazing? And then when he started to fear and doubt, the water said, "Well, okay, I'm not going to support you anymore." And down he goes. So isn't that amazing? So we have this dual nature. We have a physical body that's tangible, and we have, of course, an energy field, and that's that energy inside of us, that spirit inside of us. Of course, the physical body is energy too. Both of these are pure intelligent energy. They're just different frequencies, really. So they manifest differently. They look differently. And of course, they've both really been researched and proven real by modern science. So that's kind of fun. Well, these energy fields normally are invisible to us, unless you're on some kind of, mind-bending illegal drug. Raise your hand if you're on a mind-bending illegal drug. Anyone? One guy over there. Thank you for admitting and being honest. So there was a guy back in the Ukraine a long time ago who discovered, accidentally, Kirlian photography. And by the way, Kirlian photography shows the hidden energy field in all living things. And these are, that's actually it's like a fungus that's growing. You can see that. Now, the energy field is shown by the light coming from the edges of the leaf. You can see that. Now, by the way, there's no light at all used in Kirlian photography. It's a totally different kind of photography. And here's your fingertips, okay? Now, normally you can't see that energy field. You probably can, but most of us can't, right? And that energy field exists in all things. And healthy people photograph brighter than unhealthy people. And healers actually often show a brighter and more intense and more uniform energy field than other people. So that's kind of fun. So my favorite Kirlian photo of all, scientists took a leaf, they cut the leaf in two, they threw the top half away, and immediately went into their lab and they made a Kirlian photograph. And what they found was this picture, basically. And that's the energy field, of course, that's within the leaf, and that's within everything, right? Do you think that a leaf has a spirit? Absolutely. I happen to believe that God created everything, and he created everything spiritually first, then physically. That's what I believe. So, and again, I recently had this photograph taken of my energy field. And frankly, I was shocked because, you know, I inside somehow I kind of look like the David. So, but you never know, right? You never know. My wife was really shocked, of course, as you might imagine. Well, anyway, this energy field goes by different names: the prana, the chi or the ki, the life force, the spirit. That's what I like to call it. And really, honestly, that's who we are. Okay, I believe we've all existed basically forever. And right now, we're in this physical sort of existence, right? So we're really spiritual beings having a physical experience, I believe, in this world. But that's really who we are. And when we die, our physical body dies, but does that part of us die? Can you destroy that part of a person? I don't believe you can. No. That part goes on and on and on. So that's the energy body. Well, we have this template, really, that's really a blueprint for the physical body. Okay? And it's the template that the physical body fits into. So scientists have been studying this, right? Because they would like to have the ability to regenerate human tissue. So for example, if you get into an auto accident and you break your neck, right, and you're in a wheelchair and you're a quadriplegic, wouldn't it be cool if we could regenerate the connections in that spinal cord? Wouldn't that be amazing? Well, they've studied the newt and the salamander, and they found that when you, these are animals that can lose their tail and easily regenerate that tissue. And it's a defensive mechanism. You try to grab hold of it and you end up with the tail. And they just grow a new one. A couple weeks later, they're good to go again. They got a brand new tail. Well, the energy field contains that template for that tail to grow into. Okay? So really with the body code and the emotion code, this is what we're working on. Okay? We're working on that energy field, really, of the body, that template. Well, the spirit, I believe, animates the physical body kind of like if you put your hand into a glove and then you wiggle those fingers. Is it the glove doing it or your hand? Well, during life, the spirit and the body interface, and imbalances in the energy field can severely affect the physical body, and those have to be corrected for total wellness. Well, how many of you are familiar with Masaru Emoto's book? Okay, Messages from Water. He tested water by flash freezing droplets into snowflakes, okay, and found that depending on where the water was from, they would get different snowflakes. And then they found that these patterns would change depending on what music was played for the water overnight, or what was written on the label, okay, of the water vial. So classical music produced beautiful symmetrical crystals, and this water actually was exposed to box air on a G string and then frozen, okay? Words taped to vials of water produce different formations too. So for example, on the left here we have truth, in Japanese, by the way. And over on this one is, we have, you disgust me, I will kill you, okay? Which snowflake would you rather be? And the most beautiful snowflake of all was formed when they taped the words love and gratitude in Japanese to a vial of water and left it overnight and then made snowflakes. And these are two of the most powerful forces in the universe, and these are critical, crucial to the body code. If you try to use the body code and you're not having the experience of feeling those emotions, love and gratitude, you'll be much less powerful, and you might still get results, but your results will be much better if you're using those energies, because those are such high vibrations. Does that make sense? Raise your hand if you've had any experience actually, consciously trying to focus love and gratitude and then seeing things work better. Yeah, see, look at all those hands. So for those of you who are skeptical, and who are maybe into the anger side of it, just look at all those hands. All right? So there you go.